Art the clown teases Jonathan wherever he tries to run, until he finally grabs him and slashes his cheek. Fortunately, Sienna interrupts him by attacking from behind, injuring the clown with his own weapon. She takes her brother away with her. But as she is injured, she's forced to stop. While she catches her breath, Jonathan apologizes, as he's convinced the clowns only took him here to lure Sienna, and that all this has to do with their dad's sword. The two then resume on their way out, but Art ambushes them and starts attacking Jonathan. Sienna comes to her brother's rescue, but Art throws her aside and beats the boy again. The girl doesn't give up. She crawls across the floor to protect her brother. After getting hit multiple times, Sienna finally manages to grab the chain and begins fighting against him. She beats him with it as she should, and finishes him off by impaling a rod through his head. But it appears that he is immortal. The clown rises again and lunges at Sienna, strangling her. As the two scuffle, Jonathan notices a gun strapped to Art's leg and snags it. The boy then shoots Art, and once again killing him. Sienna passes out from the lack of air, so her brother shakes her to wake her up, but as she opens her eyes, she sees her mother telling her that she's safe now. This is when things get trippy. She hears Jonathan yell that it's not her mother she's speaking to, and it turns out to be the clown girl. When she snaps out of the vision, she finds herself alone in the room, and goes looking for Jonathan. She eventually finds her brother lying unconscious in front of Art, so she begins beating him. But he doesn't budge, and instead chokes her and knocks her to the ground.
Jeez, that's
The
scary.
next time she gets up, she sees some sort of a portal in front of her. But while she tries to assess it,
This
Art
is
comes
part
up from
4.
behind her and stabs her with her father's sword, before dropping her down the portal. This transports her to the water cell placed inside the clown cafe she dreamt about earlier in the movie, with a few people covered in blood happily goofing about in front of her without helping her. Trapped, she eventually drowns to death. Back in the surface, Art walks up to Jonathan and begins eating his flesh, which wakes him up. As he struggles to get away, he screams for Sienna's help, and conveniently, the sword which is lying nearby starts glowing somehow, resurrecting Sienna and magically healing her wounds. She exits the portal with ease and picks up the sword, using it to slay Art the clown. To finish him off, she uses it to decapitate him. Afterwards, she runs to her brother and the siblings wrap each other in a relieved embrace. Meanwhile, the little clown girl suddenly walks in the room to pick up Art's decapitated head and carries it away. In the movie's credit scene, we see Vicky, the sole survivor of the first movie, inside a mental hospital. Blood rushes between her legs, and she uses it to vandalize the wall. The words Vicky plus Art can be seen. As it turns out, she is in labor, and demonically gives birth to Art's head. A nurse walks in and screams in horror, while Vicky laughs like a maniac while cradling Art's head. Okay guys, that's all the recap of Terrifier 2 2022.